Okay, I don't do this usually. In fact, I've never done this at all before. But I want to talk about this game, Air Fortress. While I play it a little bit, I just want to kind of review it. Not really, but I don't think a lot of people know about this game from what I've seen. Um, so I'm just gonna start it. Well, I don't know if you want to. Fuck it. We're not gonna read this. The planet farm will whatever. It's overrun by air fortresses. They park outside of it, and yeah, in a goddamn W shape. So I just want to talk about it a little bit because I'll pause it and just talk too. But first things first is this is the first phase. Every level is set up like this. You play a side scroll part, a side shmup, and it's fairly easy. I mean, this part isn't the hard part at all. But this part is where you get your E and B. E is energy, B is bombs. You don't use that stuff until you get into the fortress. These are generally short areas. There's not a lot going on here. They get a little more tricky as you go along, but there's only 8 levels and it's not really that complex. So this is not the challenging part of the game, I would say. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about this game because I don't think a lot of people really played it. I've never heard of it until recently when why I tried playing this to begin with is I played a couple levels of it randomly and I was like, well, this seems like a good game, you know? And I remember saying, oh yeah, I really like this game. Like yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun until you get to level 5. So, level 1 is a cakewalk. Level 5 is the, walk on hot coals. That's very easy. Some of them, 5 is longer than that, this part. So you go into the air fortress now. This is where it gets fucked up. Not now, because it's level 1, move 1. But later on, because right now it's on rails. You can't go any wrong way. It's not a map yet. It's not a maze yet. You're just gonna... Shit. You're just gonna go... I used a bomb there, accidentally. You're just gonna go straight forward. There's no forks in the road, so you can't fuck up. But I think level 3, they introduce a fork in the road, but it's not that bad. Level 4 and 5. 5 is where it gets really... You can get lost, and then 6, 7, and 8 are the same way. I think here they kind of, clue you in on what you might run into as you play the game. Like, it's a cool game, though. I thought it was a cool idea to combine a side shmup, and then you go into this kind of mode. I thought that was kind of cool. That's about it. See all and as you kill things, they can drop E and B. But I'm telling you, man, once you start needing that shit, you hardly get it. You really gotta have it coming in. It helps having it before you can't really rely on these things. Well, there you go. I mean, you really can't rely on it though because there is no farming. You can't farm anything. It's just what drops, it drops. And that's that. Wow, I forgot how easy. Now, see, they're giving you a lot in level 1. I forgot how easy level 1 was. It's like no challenge at all. You don't have. Then you can shoot bombs here. You don't have to kill those. Some things you have to use bombs on. Okay, this is the boss. Okay, in every level, this is the boss. Okay, this fucking thing. Yeah, it just fucking sits there. It doesn't even do anything. You can just shoot it. You don't even need to use bombs. That's it. And then, normally, in the later levels, you have to escape. Your escape isn't right there, though. Your escape can be through pipes and different fucking all kinds of shit to try to get out of it. They really give you a false sense of the game on the first couple levels because they're making it seem like it's a straightforward game, but it becomes a maze. I used the map when I played it. I found a guide online and I used that map, and I'm glad I did because I couldn't imagine drawing a fucking map for this game. I don't think it's that good. It's not worth drawing a map for it. The way I see it is, you're gonna play this game. Are you really gonna come back to this game? Like, this is no goddamn Legend of Zelda. Like, you're not gonna come back and play this game. Like, once you beat this fucking game, you're in, it's in the history books. It's a fucking chapter closed. You're not gonna reopen this chapter. I don't think, anyway. I know I won't. Because, I just don't think the game is that good. Personally, I don't think the game is that good. I'll play through level 2, and that'll be the end of the review. There might be a big enough difference from level 1 to see how the difficulty progresses. Well, you know, I could use a password and just go to level 5. In fact, how about this? I'll show you level... Okay, that was level 1 we played. I'll find a password for level 5. This is level 5. So I showed you level 1. And so from 1 to 5, this is the difficulty increase. Because in my opinion, I think it's fucked up. And if you notice, they start you probably didn't, but who cares, right? But they start you with more energy as you go up in levels. I mean, thank God they do that for you at least. Because if they didn't do that, I don't know. But in the Japanese version, instead of 500, they start you with 200. So in the Japanese version, they do you even worse. In this one, I just picked up an invincibility. That's the diamond. But in this one, when you die, you start right here where you die, and you don't lose your E and B. In the Japanese version, you start with less energy, and if you die during this, it starts you at the beginning of this, with no E and B. I thought the Japanese one would be easier, so I loaded it up, and I was like, wow. Very, very much more difficult, actually. And you can see this has gotten, you know, a step up here. It's a lot more difficult. I can't even talk sometimes while I'm playing it. But, see, I know the levels, so it might look easy, but this is fresh in my head. So it's a lot. If you just pick this up and play it, But really, I just want to show you the Air Fortress part, how bad it gets. It gets really bad. And I'll play it. I'm not gonna look at the map. I you know, I probably know where to go because I've played this level about 50 times probably before I beat it. But just to show you how much more complex it gets and how much less straightforward it gets as you go along. And in the second loop of this level, they have all kinds of enemies here. They have these things on the wall still, but there's way more enemies. There's more things flying around that you have to kill. You get used to that as you play it, but, you know, still more difficult. And the thing about this game that really pisses you off when you play it, it pissed me off anyway, is when you get if you get hit by an enemy projectile, it's not that bad. If you get hit by an enemy itself, like the body runs into you, you're fucking dead. Like it takes so much energy out of you. And there is kind of a way to farm, like sometimes that will come back, like those enemies I just killed. If you do it right, not right, but a certain way, they'll come back, and that is pretty good to be able to farm stuff. Now, I don't know where to go. You can, okay, so you can go here. Now I'm going to show you how it gets without a map. You can go here, or you can go up. One more. So here we are, you already have a three-pronged fork in the road. Okay. I know where to go. That butterfly is one of the worst enemies. Look at how much energy, and look, see how he hit me, how much it takes out. One of the worst enemies in the game. So, as you can see, already we got a three-prong fork in the directions. Now, I'm going the right way because I remember it, but so that's one where you had to guess where to go. I might not remember how to get out of the place, I'll tell you that. This is the boss, the fucking, you know, epic fucking boss battles in this game. That's that. I mean, I assume you go up there. I think everybody would assume that. And what I'm doing here is a necessary, you know, action. You have to shoot behind you. You have to do that to go faster. That's the only way you'll get through it. I'd be surprised if I get through this right here. Like, I'd be surprised if I actually find my way out of here and actually get there in time. Look at it. Look at this shit. Fuck. That's me streaming. That's exactly how I sound streaming it. Okay, so you go down. Is there a fork in the road? No. But there's a pipe there, so you could go up that pipe. I know that you don't go up the pipe. I'm dead. And that right there, how I died, is how you will die over and over and over and over again on level 5. That is how you will die. You will lose energy. That is going to be the major game over. Losing energy. Once you get enough energy, you'll figure out a way to have plenty of time to beat it. So I just wanted to show you. That's that. I showed you the easiest level of the game, level 1, and I showed you the hardest level of the game, level 5. If you're a person like me who picks up an old retro game and has an inkling to want to beat it before you put it away, you're the type of person that wants to finish the game before you stop playing it, don't pick this game up. In my opinion, it's not worth it. Like I said, if you don't have a map, like I used a map that I found online, what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to try every pipe, you're going to exhaust every fucking... Imagine, so I showed you right there, there's 3 prongs, you could get off on 3 floors. You got to go up all those floors and look around. Yeah, sure, maybe one of them dead ends, but most of them have pipes going all over and they take you to this part of it. You would think as an NES game that it wouldn't have that much complexity and you wouldn't get lost, but I'm telling you, this one, you'll get lost. If I had to give the game a rating from 1 to 10, which, I mean, who cares, really? I'm telling you the honest to God truth. If you're the type of person that picks up a retro game and likes to finish it, don't pick this up. That's my advice to you. But if I had to give it a 1 to 10, I'd give it a 5 or a 5.5, and that's only because the game looks decent, and I think it was ambitious in the way that it had the layout of the gameplay. But like I said, it could have done with a little maybe color coding on to cue the visual cues for the player to know where to go in the stages of the air fortresses, to know where to go. I mean, come on, man. Nobody's gonna want to fucking draw a map for this game. Like I told you, it's not Zelda. You know, it ain't like a game like that where it's like really fun. It's not a game. This is not a game of that caliber, in my opinion. Some people like this game a lot. I think it's kind of bland, even for an NES game, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, that's my review of this game.